So today I'm going to give you guys the rundown on my 3 month mark with my lock extensions. I feel like there's things that I've learned within these 3 months that I feel like are very important. And I just want to be very transparent with you guys on my journey. And this might also help you guys if you guys are interested in getting lock extensions or you know someone that's interested in getting lock extensions. So if that is something that you are interested in learning about, just keep on watching. So for those that don't know, I got my lock extensions installed November 2nd, 2020. So it's about to be 3 months in a few days. And I would just like to start off by saying that I love my lock extensions. This is like probably one of the happiest purchases that I've made. Um, Lock extensions and locks in general just make my face and just make me who I am. It just like makes me, right? And everybody's journey is very different. And even with lock extensions, your journey could be very different than mine. Regardless of if you have the same hair texture, same hair type as me, it's still going to be a very different experience. Um, for those that are wondering, I have 4C hair. Like my hair is very kinky, coily. My hair was originally pretty much almost at the length that my locks are. So a little bit shorter than my locks. So about here, naturally. And when you are getting lock extensions installed, you will lose a few inches on your natural hair because it has to be instant lock. So with instant locks, you might lose about 3 to 4 inches, sometimes even 5, just depending on not only your hair texture, your hair type, but also how your loctician is doing the instant locking process. So with that being said, after having my locks installed for 3 months, there are things that I've noticed about my lock extensions that might have been just my trial and error issue. Um, but also, I think that it's important for people to know that when you get lock extensions, getting a retightening is normal. Okay, don't let anybody fool you and tell you that it's not normal. It is normal. Um, Actually, some locticians will tell you to come in after 6 weeks, so that way they can inspect your hair to see how your hair is doing, and might like retighten and also retwist your hair with that appointment. Um, I personally did not need a retwist in the 6 weeks. I'm noticing that now at my 3 month mark that I will need a retightening. I don't actually plan on getting a retightening this month in February. But well, this is definitely not February. This is January. But I don't plan on getting my retwist done. Sorry, my my retightening done. There we go. My words are crazy. But I don't plan on getting a retightening done in February. I plan on getting one in March since I just want to wait for my hair to like go through the process of now needing a retwist. So I just want to, before I actually go to my loctician to get a retighten, I'm going to wash my hair, make sure that it's fully dry, and then go to her. Another thing with retightening locks, it is best to have your hair completely dry. When you are styling your hair, it's great to have your hair wet, but in this type of process, you need to have your hair fully dry so that way you do not have to worry about any of the locks loosening again during that time of retightening. So just keep that in mind. If you ever need a retightening, make sure that your hair is completely dry. And if your loctician is telling you anything different, you need to find a new one. Period. Point blank. Okay? So with this retightening, I'm pretty much, my loctician is just going to use the same crochet needle that she uses for instant locking, and she's going to just retighten the shaft. So there are like a few that are slightly loose, nothing too crazy, but it's just enough for me to notice. There are a few towards the back. I don't know if you guys can see that my hair is also budding in the process. So there are going to be some like weird loops and stuff like that. So it's not really that one. I can't really find one for you guys on camera. It might be this one. So clearly I'm horrible at showing you guys. But if you can see right here, it's actually a little loose. And then there's another part here that's a little loose. So what she's going to do is she's just going to use the crochet needle, and then gonna re-tighten each lock. So that's a process in itself. It won't take too long to do, but it needs to be done to avoid any slippage or anything. Once again, slippage is normal, but if you are having slippage all over your head, you need to find a new loctician because clearly they didn't do what they had to do. My loctician is very transparent when she says that if you do have slippage, just let her know so she can fix it. Um, and typically it's in the back, but it's not anything too crazy. But it just all depends on your hair texture. So that's something to keep in mind when you are getting lock extensions. Know who your loctician is. Make sure that your parts are like equivalent. Lock part ratio is seamless, so that way you're not looking crazy. You don't have too many locks in your head, and you don't have too little. So it just needs to be proportionate not only to your head shape, but also to the density of your hair. Um, so your loctician needs to be very knowledgeable about a lot of different things, um, which I stated in my previous Lock 101, um, Lock Extensions 101 video. So just check that out. But also, when I spoke to my loctician about my hair being a little loose, she did ask me, how often are you retwisting? So with retwisting, you need to make sure that you are not retwisting your hair too often. Retwisting too often can cause your hair not only to thin but also to pop. Which is why when I showed her the video, the picture, she was just like, "How often are you retwisting?" So my first actual retwist was probably about 2 to 3 weeks ago when I actually did this retwist. The last time I stopped my hair before that was the 2 strand twist after I had washed my hair before. I did not retwist my hair. I just did the 2 strand twist. It was still a little frizzy, but the way that I maintained it enough for it to look neat was by using mousse as well as a refresher spray, both from Peculiar Roots. If you are interested in getting those products, I have a coupon code that I'll be listing in the description bar. So definitely check out Peculiar Roots. They're amazing. Um, and that's what I use to maintain my frizz, as well as like a little bit of oil here and there. I also have a video on how to maintain your frizz, the lock edition. It's about like a 3 to 4 minute video. It doesn't take too long to see to view. And these are things that I did within this time of not twisting my hair. Because there's a lot of styles that you can do without retwisting your hair, and you just have to know how to finesse it to fake a retwist. Um, as well as with retwists, they don't typically last long unless your hair is styled. So I will also be creating a video on how I maintained this retwist. It is still pretty twisted for the most part. It is loosening up now, but you can still see where it was twisted. Because my hair is clearly growing out, but that's okay. Um, I think that is pretty much it regarding like I am lying to you. There is something else. So with lock extensions, you're using your lock products and everything. I shampooed and was shampooing and conditioning my hair, and that was actually a mistake. I should have only been shampooing my hair, and my loctician definitely told me I don't need conditioner. But because I had bought a lock conditioner from a specific company that is catered towards locks, um, I was using their lock conditioner, and I love their lock conditioner even before I actually got locks. Like, it's so buttery smooth and stuff like that. It makes your locks buttery smooth. It was feeling so amazing on my locks. However, because you have lock extensions, you need to consider your lock extensions the same way as if you had starter locks. These are very similar. You're still having to go through a budding process. You still have to wait for your locks to lock. Your hair is not locked. It might look locked, but it's not fully locked. So please avoid using conditioner, because that was my mistake, which is why I feel like maybe that's contributing to me needing a retightening. But we never really know. I would suggest that if you are considering buying a conditioner, definitely to wait to use it until after like your 6 month mark or so. So that way, at least you are going through your budding process. You typically bud between 2 to 5 months. So if you're going through your budding process, I feel like that's a little bit better. Once your locks are getting more mature, is when you should be using conditioner. But then again, you also don't have to use conditioner. That's all up to your preference. Shampoos are great, and then following up with a hydration mist as well as a oil is all you really need. Choosing the oil for your hair is always your preference. Jojoba oil is great. Sweet almond oil is great. Castor oil is great. Extra virgin olive oil is great. Yeah. Or you could just buy specific oil mixtures from lot companies. So, like I said, Peculiar Roots has a great nourishing oil that I use. Um, and I just love their oil. I have no issues. I can use their oil every like 2 to 3 days and don't have to worry about my hair feeling extra dry. I rub the oil down my locks and everything after using their hydration mist and call it a day. And make sure that you are wrapping your locks. Like, use your silky. Make sure that the ends of your locks are covered as well. I typically, especially when I first do my retwist, I will do a double cap method, which means I am using a silky or a headscarf as well as my silk bonnet. Using those both, you not only decrease the amount of lint that you have in your hair, but also you're not rubbing at your hair or like causing any breakage. So that is very important to make sure that you're using something with silk or have like a silk pillowcase or something. Make sure that you are using silk on your hair. Your hair will love you. So I think that's pretty much it regarding what I learned within my 3 months. I love my locks. I am so happy I made this decision to lock my hair. And like I said, everybody's lock extension journey is going to be different. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I will be as transparent as possible because, nobody want to waste money, especially because lock extensions are not cheap. So you want to get your bang for your buck and also make sure that you are maintaining it the right way. So you can learn from my mistakes, also learn from the successes that I've made and that I've learned over the way. And that's pretty much it. If you are interested in knowing more, please let me know in the comments what you would like to see regarding my lock journey. And with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for joining in. Peace.